They didn't make a big deal out of it. They didn't even say much. The box sat on the kitchen counter while Jungkook rested his hand on top of the hung, and that simple touch said everything. The promise was already made. No what's need. Afternoon came with a little as expected when Yoongi and Jimin showed up like a storm. Yoongi walked in with a teasing smile. Oh, look, the almost the was what made it through in the storm. Jimin sipping his bubble tea dramatically, and they even look more handsome now. The shock on his iced coffee. May is still mad, okay? She's not over the headboard incident. Everyone burst into laughter, the kind of laughing that feels like fresh air after a storm, after pain, after healing. It was just laughter, it was proof that they had made a start the wash together. 3 months had passed, the region had changed, and so had their lives, not with loudness or bright spark, but like the sea quietly pulling back before the sunrise. There was no longer toothbrushes awkwardly sharing a cup. Now there was a proper holding which Taehyung had instead on bar, and Jungkook had pretended not to care about. The pantry had label now rotting in Taehyung's hand, rotting some with tiny anger heart which Jungkook could read half the time. And everywhere Jungkook looked at his Taehyung, sometimes clearly like when he should appear in every corner of the house like stray cats, but more often in the quiet way. The soft music during Jungkook late work hours, the smell of food still in the curtain, the sound of laughter when no one else was home. Their love wasn't loud, it was deep. But nothing tastes love like wedding planning. May had pulled them into grocery duty. Now Jungkook was holding two heavy baskets like an overworked stance while the homework taught the SL like confirmed modern completely relaxed. May calling as she walk away, I only ask for tomatoes, not for you to feel for a grocery breakup. They turned to Jungkook with a smirk. Why do you walk like the vegetable on your money? Jungkook frowned while holding a head of a letter because I'm trying to remember why I agreed to marry you. Then grinned. Takes benefit and my lovely backsides. Jungkook almost dropped the bags. Narrator may return to just in time to see Jungkook grandpa under his breath and Taehyung smile like he had just won a prize. May sighed deeply. You two are only couple I know who flirt and agree while holding cancer swords. Later that evening, back at Penthouse, a new battle began. Guest list separated, venture, emotional drama. Taehyung walking back and forth. I'm serious, no legs. He is not coming. Jungkook pointing at his tablet. Taehyung secretly, which was also the name of our past relationship. Jungkook finally looked up, his eyes sharp. Jungkook, you're not still thinking about him? Are you? Taehyung blinking quickly. No, I just don't want his face in our photo. You're not still thinking about him, are you? Jungkook sounded fine, but Jimin stayed on the beside committed, reminding him. Jimin put a glitter bomb in your desk last week, Jungkook shouting. He also found a wedding venue. Okay, a fair point. They looked at each other, then Jungkook lifted a small smile, then shining and flopping into, why are you like this? Young stood near the counter, linking buttercream off his finger. Young grinned. If tastes like this cake, I understand your whole relationship now. You mean holding up a tiny pink cake. This one is red velvet with cream cheese and strawberries, rising and eyebrow. They sound like emotional pain and toothpaste. Jungkook ignored everyone. He was focused on feeding a spoonful of a pink cake. His eyes moved between and his expression shrank slowly. That's really good. Jungkook softly is the one my grandma sent. Suspiciously, are you trying to use flawed memory to change my mind? Jungkook leaning closer, whispering, "It is walking." Mentally was lame. Yes, Youngie grunted loudly. Somebody called the food police, and this cake is too sweet, and so are they. And at the penthouse, the city globe balloon light like the tiny star. Jungkook stood in front of her closet, staring at the wedding suits. One was every white and silver venue hand stitched on the label. The other was champagne colored with golden tang along the collar, shining like soft sunlight. They hung in there quietly. You are doing the deep thinking stare again. Jungkook without turning, just thinking, that's about what? Jungkook turning slowly was soft. How far we came, Taehyung walking to him, gently holding his hand. Does it feel real now? Jungkook whispering. It's feel like forever. Then eyes sparkling, a little shining, but he was smiling. Taehyung softly. Then let's make it forever. They slow and full of calm. No fireworks, just warmth, just a promise. Later in bed, walking his Adams, Jungkook spoke first. Jungkook quietly, what would you have done if I hadn't chased you that tracing a lazy circle on Jungkook, probably running your credit sort of pure revenge. Jungkook laughed softly. Honestly, I deserve that. Taehyung was softer. But you came. I really thought you wouldn't, but you did. Jungkook pressed to his forehead. I always feel. The room fell into a peaceful silence until Jungkook spoke again. Jungkook murmuring, "Hey, are you really sure about the florist?" Taehyung ignoring dramatically. You are sleeping on that floor. Jungkook sitting up again. Taehyung stood up instantly, eyes widened. Taehyung, you wouldn't dare. Jungkook grinned with a beam war. Taehyung Harper, you monster. 20 minutes later, they were sitting in the living room with the steaming coffee in their hands when the wedding planner arrived. Her name was Leah and she sparkled with energy like a bottle of soda ready to pop. Lily, lying out her mood board. We got 6 weeks and so much to plan. Let's begin with the flowers. Then sitting up eagerly. Oh, I wasn't Taehyung is marking one drama. Jungkook passion a little treated. Jungkook turned to can we avoid anything that looked like a magical curse? Was involved. Too late, you already agreed to marry. Just as Lydia started pulling out invitation sample, the doorbell rang. Youngie and Jimmy walked in, each holding iced coffee and grin full of mischief. Youngie calling out, "Did someone say wedding? Good, I brought opinion." Jimmy sipping dramatically, "And I brought judgment." Taehyung rushing to them, "Thanks goodness, save me." Jungkook wants being. Jungkook defended. "I said classic, elegant, not boring." Jimin studying the color switch. "You are both wrong. Go with champagne gold and forest green. It's bold and fresh." Jungkook blinking. "That's actually perfect." Throwing a pillow at Jimin. "Why are you so good at this?" As the room filled with laughter and talk of and later, Jungkook found himself drifting to the side. He was glow eyes, shining full of ideas, laughing at Jimin and Lila. And that's when it hit him strong, soft, all at once, with so really happening. The man he was standing in front of him, choosing flower and taking about cake. This was his future. Later, while Yoongi was loudly reading the list and mispronounced half the name, Jungkook gently pulled Taehyung into the hallway. Taehyung laughing, "What? Or you look like you are about to propose again." Jungkook gently, seriously, "I'm scared." Taehyung expression softened. "About the wedding?" Jungkook shaking his head. "No, I'm scared about how much I want it." Taehyung pausing. Jungkook covering Taehyung's face. "I've never wanted something this much before, and I don't know how much want something without breaking it." Pressing their forehead together, and then we all break it together and build it back together too. You are not alone anymore. That afternoon, the Charles arrived with the garment bag full of dreams. Jungkook's suit was dark and sleek, perfect, but it was the cream texture that made the whole room pause. The golden embroidery on the shining softly. Jungkook staring stunned. "You are really trying to make me faint." The Hungarian. "I told you I wanted drama." Jungkook stepping closer and blistering Taehyung's lip. "If you were that, the only things I'll be able to say at the is yes, please." Taehyung, "You better say I do, Mr. Jian." Jungkook smiled softly. "I do." Taehyung blinked. "Was that practice?" Jungkook, "Yes." And they didn't need to. Their forehead pressed together, heart turned like quad wedding bows. The night the apartment was still made calm. On the couch, Jungkook wrapped his arms around Taehyung from behind. "You really think I snore?" Taehyung nodding. "Oh, absolutely." Jungkook hiding his face in shoulders. "Still marrying me?" Taehyung turning in his arms. "Like I ever had a choice." Jungkook smiled at him. "Then let's be late to everything." And they were at least to bed. In the middle of it all, Yoongi in soccer with a shiny veil on his head, dramatically pretending to faint. Youngie collapsing on the couch beside Jungkook. I am far too beautiful to be just a guest. I should be the bride. Jungkook barely look up from the guest list. You are going to wink that well, and the maid is going to end you very slowly. Staying crossed legs on the floor nearby, Taehyung snored, tying little ribbon into a gift box. Taehyung let him be. He only has Jimin, and Jimin looks good in everything anyway. Jimin entered with a tray of lemon tea. Wow, baby, that's the nice things you ever said about me. With a wing, it was not a compliment, it was a warning. Jungkook glanced up, a rare smile softening his face. He had grown used to this home filled with messy love, endless teaching, and affection. But even as he smiled, a quiet worry sat in his heart. His mother, she has been polite, kind in her words, but cold in her heart. She hasn't truly accepted him and Taehyung. And today they were having lunchtime with her alone. Jungkook stood in front of the mirror in his room, adjusting his collar for the leaning against the doorframe with crossed arms. You look great, Your Highness. Jungkook, I'm not nervous. Taehyung teasing, I didn't say you were. Jungkook turning to him was softly. If she says something rude, Taehyung shrugging, then I'll say something even easier. Jungkook smiling faintly. Let's go. The former dining room swimming with silver and crystal. The long table looked untouched, like it was waiting for permission to be used. Mr. Arden sat at the head, graceful and quiet, her eyes unbeveled. Taehyung smiled politely. Nice to see you, ma'am. These flowers are stunning. Did you choose them yourself or threaten the florist into making them perfect? Jungkook in a sharp breath. Mr. Aryan raised an eyebrow. I see your charm hasn't faded. Taehyung sweeter than honey. No, ma'am. I just polished it for the wedding. Taehyung took the seat beside Jungkook, and for a moment, only the guest sound of filled the room. The tension was like a thin fog, cold and heavy. Mr. Adrian mid-bite. Are you two ready for this? Taehyung to be part of our family, not just Jungkook partner, but someone who care our name, our legacy. Taehyung look solo heart, not the food, but the meaning behind her words. Taehyung was calm and clear. Yes, madam. And I'm not afraid of difficult things, not Jungkook's schedules. Not yours. Strong opinion, and definitely not the soup that tastes like tears. Jungkook choking on water. Taehyung. Mr. Radin stared at him, lips pressed together, and then she smiled just a little. Mr. Aryan, you are impossible, but honest. Taehyung tattled his head. That sounds like a compliment. Mr. Adam putting down her fork. He loves you, and I see it now more than ever. And I'd rather have someone who speaks the truth than someone who smiles with lies. So, welcome to the family. Jungkook blinked in disbelief. Taehyung blinked twice. Taehyung wide eyes. That's it. No long speech. No taste of courage. No blood war under the moonlight. Mr. Arden softly looking at Jungkook. I will not everything need drama. Some things just need truth. That evening, back at the penthouse, Jungkook curled beside Taehyung on the couch, his finger playing with the edge of Taehyung's sweet Jungkook whispering, "Thank you." Taehyung to his hair. "For what?" Jungkook, "You didn't have to stand up to her." Taehyung, "Yes, I did. She needed to see I'm not scared of her, and you needed to feel that I'm not going anywhere." They stayed like that for a long time, wrapped in each other, breathing slow. Taehyung mumbling sleepy. You still smell like that soup." Jungkook smiling. "You still like victory." They burst out into together, arms tightened around each other, letting go of the last little fear. Somewhere else in the city, Yoongi was strutting down an imaginary SL while Jimin filmed him giggle behind the phone. Yoongi stood on pause. "This is Jungkook's big day, but if he ever mess up, I'll be Taehyung rebound." Jimin laughing, "Only in your dream, darling." Taehyung grinning, "I am the dream." And as he doing in the soft living room night, no one could outshine the love that were finally free. The stars were the battle were over, the war were near, and every single thing was love. The sun kisses the wide edges, painting them gold. The air smelled and jasmine and jay. Everything moved gently, except Taehyung's heart. It pounded like a loud drum inside his chest as he adjusted the curve of his embroidery suit for the 10th time. Jin gently, "Taehyung, stop feeding. You look like a prince." Jungkook, "Taehyung is smirking, obviously a prince with attitude." Jin rolled her eyes, handing him the bunch. "Ready?" Taehyung, "No, but I look amazing, so uh, let's do this." The grand door opened. A huge spirit crossed the crowd, get bomber like a flower in spring. Taehyung walked forward with May on his arms. His smile was dazing, his step strong. But if you look closely, Jungkook is standing at the altar, wearing a perfect dark suit, still silent as if holding his breath. His lips parted as he saw Taehyung, and his eyes filled with tears. Youngie leaning on to whispering, "He's going to lose it." Jimin softly, "He already is." In the front row, Jungkook's mother sat, but his grandmother gently held her hand. And Andrea whispered, "That boy is going to save him." Across the SL, Taehyung's mother smiled, graceful dress in soft lavender, pressed her hand to her head, eyes glowing. Taehyung's mom whispering, "My boy, he made it." Taehyung reached in the other eyes shining. He gave Jungkook a playful, teasing look. Taehyung grinned, "Stop staring, you are going to cry." Jungkook voice raw, tried not to choke. I'm trying not to, Taehyung softly. Cry then, you still look handsome. The officiant, as he stepped forward, tried to hide his smile. Officiant, shall we begin? The vows were soft and full of feeling like poetry wrapped in memory and sealed with tears. Taehyung was shaking. You were cold, rude, rich, and honestly so annoying. But then you gave me a key to your house, to your life, to that stubborn heart in your chest, and now I can't even breathe without you. Jungkook jaw clenched tightly, his eyes glazed. Jungkook was slow and full. I used to think I didn't need anyone but your sass, your laugh, your warmth. It broke thought all my walls, and I didn't ever want to be without it. I didn't even want to be without you. A small sob escaped Jungkook's mother beside her. Taehyung's mom smiled through her own tears, proud and glowing. Oversent by the power gave to me, I now pronounce you husband. Jungkook raised his hand quickly. Wait, 1 second, Jungkook stared. What? Taehyung turning to the crowd loudly and dramatic. If my new husband me like quite I give everyone permission to root. The crowd laughed. Jungkook stepping close. You are lucky. He cupped Taehyung's cheek and him fully like the world might disappear. Spoke softly. I don't know if I deserve him. Taehyung mom eyes filled with love. Then spend every day proving that you do. In the garden under a wild tree wrapped in fairy lights, Youngie gently pulled Jimin into a Jimin teaching, whispering, "You are getting soft." Youngie breathless. Don't tell anyone I have a image to destroy. Later, under the stars, Jungkook and Taehyung found a quiet bench. They cut into each other's hands, intertwined, heart beating together. Taehyung whispering near Jungkook's neck, "You know, I think your mom finally liked me." Jungkook softly, "I think she finally know you." Taehyung smiled, "And your grandma already planning a grand kids." Jungkook laughed gently. "Are you ready for that?" Taehyung nodded, leaning in. "I'm ready for anything as long as it's with you." They slow and certain like a quiet promise already in motion. And as the night danced on and they drink under the golden lights, the two girls who once fake forever now had their story buttering across their heart, glowing in every smile and resting in every touch. Always the end. So here I mean, if you like this series, please below the comment and don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.